you remember a few weeks back I had a really stupid idea to put a tyre inside a tyre so I wouldn't get any punctures ever? Success! I think I've done it.
Essentially, something can still go through both tyres. You just still
It's basically an inner tube.
No, exactly.
Today, I've got a way more legit solution. Tannus airless tyres. A bunch of you guys, after that stupid video, suggested I try these. So, I bought some. I bought 2, and they're yellow. In hindsight, I don't know why I chose yellow, because they're gonna look horrible. These are completely solid bicycle tyres. I think these are the most premium ones you can get. They're made by a company, I think they're a Spanish company called Tannus. Leaders in puncture protection. No shit. 100% puncture proof, no maintenance, lightweight, long lasting, eco-friendly e-bike. I guess they're good for e-bikes because e-bikes are really heavy and you get punctures on them. This is the performance one, 28mm, 700C. Apparently the performance of these has got a lot better over the last few years because the compound's got better. I've gone for regular softness or hardness. And today we're gonna put them on and see how good they are. Now in the box you get 1 tyre, which is cable tied together. Obviously it doesn't really fold down because it's a whole solid piece of rubber. And a little bag of stuff. Some kind of tool for installation. 4 little bags of different coloured things. And I know already these things slot into your wheel and they're different sizes. So I'll be using the widest size because I've got like wide carbon wheels. And then an instruction manual, which it's all in English. To get the most out of your tyre, it's recommended that you pre-ride a minimum of 60 miles. Regularly inspect the tyre for excessive wear and damage. If the centre tread is worn out or the tyre is damaged, see your authorised Tannus retailer. Who sells these? You can only just find them online and they were only for sale from the official Tannus shop. Out of stock on Amazon, everywhere. These were, from memory, about £60 each, plus postage. So they're definitely not cheap, about the same price as a performance tyre would be. Doesn't want to stay round. Now I already know for a fact that my lovely Parcours carbon road wheels are too wide for these tyres. They don't currently make the little plastic inserts wide enough to fit them onto these wheels. So shout out to Parcours. Thank you for sponsoring this channel, Dov, but I'm going to have to use something else for this science experiment, which I think will be these Villiers Miche collaboration wheels. Mika. I always pronounce it wrong. These wheels have a slightly narrower diameter internally. They should fit these solid tyres fine. Is it weird putting solid tyres on like a really nice carbon wheel set? I mean, I want the testing to be fair as possible, and these are the kind of wheels I usually ride, so if I'm gonna notice a difference, I think this is the best way to do it. No tyre levers required. Now these are the little pins, and you can see how they're all slightly different width. Now you can work out which ones you need by either measuring the internal width with vernier calipers and then choose one of these which is 3.5mm more than the internal rim width, or you grab a pair of pliers and you actually put one of these into the rim and see which one fits snug. I'm going to go with method 2 because my vernier calipers are at home. Now the tyre has holes all the way around it, and I'm going to push pins into every single hole. You can't really get this wrong because they're a kind of semicircle shape. This is really fiddly and really boring. This is only the first tyre as well. Using your foot or extra assistance, stretch the tyre before mounting for easier installation. It's tight already and it's like halfway. Right, this is not going to plan. There's no way that tyre is getting on that wheel. So, spin on these to the rescue. My old wheels, slightly wider rim, but not too wide for the tyres. I've removed the rim tape to make as much space as possible, and hopefully this will do the trick. I'm running out of steam, and we haven't even got one tyre on. This goes to show people at home might struggle. It already feels a bit better. I think I need 2 people to do this.
time you ring me and say you've got an idea, like, I mean, I have a sleepless night the night before, because I just know, like, what kind of, like...
That's why I didn't tell you last
Crazy.
night.
That's what I mean.
I just turned up.
I'm just worried about damaging the rims. We need something like, I think in theory, that needs to be popped into the bead, obviously, because if you go off the... Look at that. If this carbon slaps and I get stabbed, it's gonna snap it off. We should have measured spoke tension before and after. That's my gym session for the week done.
Nick's just told me that he's offering a deal. If anyone comes to the shop with these tyres, he'll fit them for free.
If you come with these tyres to the shop, your wheel's going in the tyre. I hope you've got a really good dental plan, mate. It's a tyre that's pumped up quite high because we just messed about on the tubeless. Like that hurts my hand.
As in it's 100% solid. Practice, that's going to be a comfortable ride for you.
Nick, I forgot to weigh him. Can we take him off again?
Hold on, I got your angle grinder.
It looks like some like fixed gear or something, like from like San Francisco from the 90s.
Oh
or something
yeah,
like
that's
that.
what I was going for.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks sick. It actually looks quite cool.
Imagine what they're gonna look like after one ride.
Me too.
That's like Rob Cameron riding a bike back in the day with 400 psi in his gravel tyres. No, before you say anything, no, do not bring any of these tyres into the shop.
That was going to be my question. To conclude the installation section of this video, if you were to, if a customer was to buy some of these online and come to your shop, what would you say to them?
I'll just throw it straight into the tyre.
Okay.
Right, it's just not happening.
Because it's a genuine issue. Like, it's taken bike shop expertise. Like, I used to be a mechanic. You're a mechanic now. Own a bike shop, and it took two of us to put the tyre on. So,
and the apprentice that, like, luckily the lad.
the strongest guy in the world. Yeah. Stop doing that. Oh, well, they're definitely working, but God, anything but a completely smooth bit of tarmac. And it's like running 120 psi. Grip seems okay. I've actually gone around some corners, I forgot I was riding them, and it was actually fine. Hitting potholes and coming off curbs, not a nice experience. Haven't got to worry about pinch punches though. So they do actually make a softer compound as well. And I'm quite a light rider, so I weigh 65 kilos. So who knows, maybe I'd be better off with the slightly softer ones again. But for a first ride, I mean, they're working. All the little clips around the tyre, we went round and pushed them in with a little tool. That seems to have done the trick. They're running true and round. And at least I can do this ride with complete peace of mind that I'm not gonna have a puncture. I'm kind of surprised they're this good. And what's funny is that I'm still finding myself avoiding bits of glass and stuff that would normally give me a puncture. I don't need to worry about that anymore. I've got to think though, what would the 19-20mm tyres be like? Because these are the widest ones they do, therefore probably the most comfortable. The other ones have got to be absolutely savage. I guess the question is, who are these made for? It might sound obvious, but these tyres are for people who absolutely cannot puncture or really don't want to puncture. So a perfect example here is actually Emily from Attacus, one of my best friends. She used to ride these when she was commuting in London at 1 AM from work.
The reason that I put them on was because at the time I was doing a job that was like night shift, so I finished between like 10 p.m. and 3 a.m. sometimes, and I was commuting through London on about a half an hour commute, and basically what I didn't want is to have to stop on the side of the road and fix a puncture in the middle of the night on my own somewhere in London. Even if the surface is smooth, which usually it isn't, you're getting a bit of rattling. But really, for like half an hour distance at a time, it's fine, it's manageable.
So that's a perfect example of a situation where these would be fantastic. Short miles, not any hills. You really don't want the inconvenience of having a puncture, but you also don't really mind about performance. As a product, in my experience today, it pretty much does what it says on the tin. They're a bit fiddly to get on, but the mounting system is quite well thought through. It took 2 people to get them on, but I imagine it doesn't need to be bike mechanics or bike shops. If you have a person with you and a bit of determination, then you can get them on. But I imagine if you did go to a bike shop with a pair that you bought from the internet, they'd probably tell you to get lost. Now, in terms of longevity, I can't personally comment, but Emily has told me that after a few months, she'd skidded the back wheel a few times, just locking up her brakes in London traffic, as you do, and flat spots started appearing on the tyre. That meant when the wheel was going round, it wasn't exactly true in this plane, so it became a bit of a bumpy ride compared to what it was when it was brand new. So that's, again, a negative. Are you gonna lock up your brakes? You gotta be careful. Would I recommend them? Again, it depends on the type of riding you're doing. For me, no. But I'm used to riding high quality tyres. If you just want to get around town and you've got a short commute, I don't see any problems with these tannus tyres. That marks the end of today's video. I hope you found that useful. If you're in the market for solid tyres, maybe give these a try. Let me know if you have any questions about them in the comments. Please subscribe for more. And yeah, let me know if there's any other weird stuff that you want me to test. Testing weird bike stuff so you don't have to.